I mean, I guess my last question on this would be, what's their stomach for losing? Like, what's their stomach for not being a 1 seed or a 2 seed, and instead of being a 4 seed or a 5 seed, because these guys need reps. And part of young guys getting reps is they make mistakes and maybe you lose some games that you might win. So like, what's their stomach for that?
And that's really the interesting question, because there was, we've talked about this a lot over the entire lifetime we've been doing this show, Dave, about how reliable they were beating bad teams and getting themselves to, mid 50s plus wins, and not needing to do anything to get that. With that as the baseline, are you going to be okay losing with a 3 game losing streak in December because you've played, Marjon Beauchamp and Jackson, 60 minutes total per like between them per game, or that playing into it? Are you going to, oh man, we just a 3 game losing streak. Gotta give all those minutes to Wes and Pat and Grayson and it works? Or is this like, okay, it's December, we're scuffling, but we got to work through it, because the only way we're going to win a championship is if we work through it. Are they going to be able to, with this same group, except for the coach, are they going to be able to stomach that sort of turbulence?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting team to think about in that regard, because the year that they won a championship, they were the 3 seed, right? That was a team that was not just rolling through the regular season. And they were good. Like, I'm not trying to say they were a bad regular season team or anything, but they were trying some stuff out. And they did go through some growing pains trying to figure out, what they were together with Drew in there. And then when they traded for PJ and getting him in there and trying to figure out some stuff. So they have done it before, but then you just kind of get into a regular season rut like they did last year in December. And it was like, man, it'd be kind of cool if like Chris came back and we just rattled off like 9 straight wins. Wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't that be fun? Like, don't you guys like that? And all the vets are like, yeah, man, that sounds so cool. We should do that. And you get into a spot where it's like, all right, like if you're going to do that, if you're going to go through those growing pains, that's got to be top to bottom, right? Like everyone's got to be involved. The vets got to be like, yep, these guys are important. They're going to be a part of this. Like we need to bring them along as well. So I do think that's, to me, one of the interesting questions of this season, one of the many interesting questions of this season, as we figure out what Adrian Griffin is like as a first-time coach and how he navigates those interpersonal dynamics that are very hard to quantify, right? Like they're not X's and O's. They're not like, calling a perfect ATO or whatever it is. Like it's like the nitty gritty stuff of coaching that we can't really quantify. How good is Adrian Griffin going to be at that stuff?